Now, this next section that we're going to get into is kind of an extension off of what we're talking about, but we're going to get into the do's and don'ts of streaming. A lot of this is going to be involving a lot of the things that we've already talked about, and it's going to kind of continue off of the things that are going on. So it is a pretty open area for questions. So here's a question that we might talk about. What do you say to people who come into chat and the only thing they say is they're lurking? That's all they say in the chat. Nothing wrong with lurkers.
Nope.
Not at all.
Those are your best viewers, man.
They just open your stream and they go do whatever it is they're going to do. They're a viewer and they're someone in your chat. And it helps. I have a lurk command that gives people my currency in game, as you can see what Jedi just did. I have my stream currency. You type lurk once an hour, and I give you my stream currency. I love lurkers, and I feel bad because there's times where my chat's so dead, but like, it's so helpful.
It really is. It's going to up your view count. It's helping your channel. It's boosting your stats. On top of that, yeah, like Sarah said, your chat can be a little dead. And that can kind of suck sometimes. But you know what? Those people care enough about you and your community to be able to help out with that 1 or 2 views, depending on how they do it. I've got one friend that has 2 accounts, and they'll watch one on their phone and they'll watch one on their PC because they want to help out. So that's super awesome. And it's not against terms of service either. You can actually have, I think, up to 10 different accounts on one IP address and have them all still count individually for your channel. So I'm not saying go do that, but it's not illegal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just letting you know. You can't get banned for that or anything like that. So yeah, does having a lurker suck as far as like interactivity? Sure. But just know that someone is there and cares enough to be able to do that for you while they're busy doing other things.
Yeah, and then another good thing to go off of that is the whole mute the tab, not the stream. That's why I have that command. Even if you don't want to give them your in-stream currency, I think a really good way to go about it is that you have some kind of command that pops up. If someone types lurk, make sure they know, hey, mute the tab, not the stream. Thanks for lurking. You know what I mean? You're just saying thank you to them for giving the time, all that stuff. And I think it's just super helpful. So I think it's something that is just something to keep in mind, because muting the tab will make it so they still get that actual viewer. Because if there's no sound, they're not going to actually get the viewer.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So so I talked a lot about Twitter already, and making friends and hosting people. So again, just if you have any other questions regarding that, we have the ask command. Feel free to submit your questions. But yeah, it's definitely super helpful to use Twitter. I highly recommend using Twitter. Actually talk to the people that you're talking to when you host them. Let's see. So we talked about, okay, how about this? The Twitch TOS is a topic that I'm sure we could get into a little bit.
Yeah.
Following the TOS of Twitch, I guess making sure you're modifying your content accordingly. One big thing that they've integrated is, I think, the whole thing with letting people in your chat be abusive towards other people, which is huge. You have to make sure that you're really monitoring what's going on with your chat, because you can be responsible for the things that go on in your chat. So make sure you're watching out for what people are doing. That's a huge thing. And then obviously, keeping things appropriate in your stream and making sure, what is going on in your stream is, appropriate, because we're in this day and phase where there's everything challenge, and people are so easily impacted, and you don't want your stream to be something that causes something bad to happen from somebody else.
Right, exactly. And that's the big thing too is taking responsibility for your community kind of sucks, but you have to make sure that you keep a tight knit community in the first place, that you're not going to have to worry about that. Now, if you run a troll or a cancer or a toxic stream, then yeah, you're going to have a little bit more to worry about. Um, but usually you can nip that stuff right in the bud right off the bat because you're going to know how
Hmm.
people are almost immediately. They're going to make it known if they're a troll or not.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. The other thing that we talked about would be making adjustments for your situation that we have on here. So I guess that's kind of going to be along the terms of like, you need to make sure that you are, you know, adjusting accordingly depending on what's going on in your stream. So if you have, like, say you get a huge host, like, take a pause from what you're doing, step back, get hyped up. Like, I mean, Biff has these amazing transitions where just this whole string goes crazy and he's going ham and having a good time. Like, that's like crazy. You want to make sure that when something crazy happens on your stream or someone does something, like, get hyped up,
Acknowledge
respond.
it. That's what they
Mm-hmm.
want. They did that to get that rise out of you. They want to see that, make it happen for them.
Huh.
And they're going to continue to do that for you.
So yeah, that's a super, super huge thing. I think that makes a big deal, and can help a lot. Um, but don't just like let something small like that just walk by, because it once something crazy happens and they see you get excited, then everyone else starts to get riled up. Be like, man, this stream is fun. And then they, someone gets hosted. I'll never forget this one time. I was watching someone stream and they hosted this guy. He was playing League of Legends and he got hosted. Hold on, guys, hold on. He recalled and then picked up this little ukulele and just jammed out for like a minute. I was like, holy crap, and he's singing and everything, and it was crazy. And I will never, ever, ever forget this guy. I followed him and it's insane. And it was the coolest thing to ever watch. And
That's really funny.
it was super awesome. And it caught my attention. I guarantee you, anybody that was paying attention when he hosted watched the entire thing. Because it was
Yeah.
exciting. It was cool. Like, you want to make sure that you're responding to those kinds of things. Song requests and copyrighted content. I personally don't like song requests. It's hard to monitor, in my opinion. Um, it's tough. Copyrighted content, I personally sometimes I am careful about it. I'll use Monster Cat. I don't use Spotify. I'll use Monster Cat frequently, or like Mr. Suicide Sheep or whatever. But there's times that I just kind of whatever. Like, if my VOD gets muted, it's not that big of a deal. So I don't
Yeah, no,
know.
I agree. I mean, and what I have to kind of combat troll song requests, I have it to where you have to have at least 50 points of currency, and that takes about a half hour to get in my channel. And a song request is about 50 points. That's just to ensure that they've been around a little while. They're not just here to troll. And that really helps combat any troll song requests and stuff like that. Unless you have friends that want to play Let It Go for 3 or 4 times in a row, then that's different. But
Yeah, so I think it's
it's happened.
definitely, yeah, I personally don't like using them. What I'll do sometimes is I kind of let them like I kind of just like let them stack up and I'll go through them, because if you have enough mods who can pay attention to the music, then you're cool. If not, it's so annoying. And then you like, yes, it's cool because like with Stream Elements, at least I can have a playlist that runs in the background, so if something happens I can like get rid of it. But it's just, I don't want to have to like go through and skip something if it's annoying. But if
Right.
because I can't always stop what I'm doing to skip a trolley song, which is why I don't always like to use it. Plus, if I'm listening to something good, like I want to like keep my jam up. I'm just not a big fan of it. And like I said, sometimes I'll sacrifice the fact that, okay, I'm gonna get VOD muted because I'm listening to something and I don't know if it's all copyright material, but I really like this playlist. I'm not listening to like super modern, most recent pop music, but things happen. So there's only so much you can do about it sometimes. Um, Drinking on stream, good or bad idea?
Well, first of all, be of age.
Absolutely.
Let's not break the law here, people.
Very true. I mean, it depends. I mean, because you see, it depends on yourself. Can you handle it? Are you going to be playing a video game where you're going to piss everybody off that you're wasted in? And that happened to me. I got super drunk. I was playing League of Legends. It was horrible. I was playing normals, but, you know, I was really useless, but it was still funny. But if you're like falling over yourself and like not dressed appropriately and you're going to flash something that you shouldn't be flashing, like that's where you need to draw the line. Like, can you handle it? Like, if you can be like, you know, socially acceptable while all that's going on, then it's not a big deal. You know, you make it into something fun, and that's cool. So,
Right. The other thing is, you got to do it safely. Then, you want to make sure that you're following number one, taking your health into concern. Number two, not monetizing shots or anything like that because that's deemed harmful on the Twitch terms of service.
yeah, I kind of did
You
that a
know,
little bit.
yeah, yeah,
Within reason, though.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But I mean, always make sure you're being safe. Know that you're being watched by, you know, a couple people, and you don't know how old these people are that are watching you either. You can put that mature filter on, but I can click OK and still watch that. So, you know, be an example, I guess, is the best way to think about it.
To your point.
If you don't care about being an example, then do you, that's fine. But put some pride into your work and understand that, yeah, you can have a drink and chill out. I mean, when I hit one of my milestones the other week, I got a little tipsy on stream, but we were still having fun with it. And I knew at that time, and I know all my viewers, that I knew that they are in that celebration with me, So it's all about being safe and being an example regardless of what happens.
Very true. And going off of that, I guess another thing to talk about for streaming is be yourself. Have confidence and just be yourself. Like, don't try to put yourself out of your comfort zone. I mean, I've tried, like, all this is kind of gonna go to things. Being yourself, but also trying new things are cool. You know, I tried to experience, I tried doing, like, variety gaming. I just don't like it that much. I feel bad because someone's like, oh, you should try this game, oh, you should try this game. Or someone will give me a Steam game and say, hey, play this with me. And I feel bad because I'm not a big variety gamer. I have like
Right.
2-3 games that I like to play, maybe 4, and 2 that I play always. The other 2 are just like here and there. I'm not a variety gamer, and I'm probably not going to be having too much fun if I'm playing other games. I'll try it, but I don't always want to do it. So you need to kind of find that line between going outside your comfort zone and trying things, but also you're there to have fun. If you're not having fun, why stream? People can tell when you're in a bad mood. I feel so bad when something pisses me off and all of a sudden I'm in a bad mood streaming and you're just kind of sitting here just like, and you're pissy, and
Right.
I hate it because it happens to me. It does. I get really mad. I'm not in the mood. And
It happens to everyone.
But don't purposely put yourself in that mindset by playing something you don't want to play just because your viewers ask you to. Hey, will you try this game? Maybe I'll try it on Saturday during my viewer games or variety day or something, and then, work with them. Like, don't just shove them off. Be like, no, absolutely not. Why the heck would I play that game? That's stupid. You don't want to push them away, but you don't want to break what it is that you do. Because they're obviously there for you, and they want you to try something because they are interested in what your opinion is. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, okay, move on. So, but yeah, definitely have confidence is really big. I think it's a huge deal. That's definitely a huge, huge thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Be humble and appreciative. Another great point. So when someone does something for you, like, say thank you. Like, appreciate the hosts, appreciate the the gifts that people do, donations, following, everything like that. Like, make sure that your viewers appreciate, like, even if they're like, hey, I can't sub to you, I'm sorry, you're here, thank you so much, you're a viewer, sorry I haven't been around, I've just been lurking, you're lurking, thank you. Hey, message you on Discord, I'm sorry I haven't been around, I've been really busy with real life. Hey, thanks for caring. You know what I mean? Like, real life is real life. It still matters.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, yeah, the best thing you can do for any streamer is be there and chat with them. That's all we need.
I'm gonna talk to.
It's amazing. It feels so good when you guys go out of your way to take your time out of your day to come in and hang out with us, we really appreciate it. And I know I try to thank, and I know Sarah thanks everyone that stops by. And I don't know that I follow any streamer that hasn't thanked me for coming by, honestly, because usually when that appreciation isn't shown, I just hit that unfollow button because obviously my time's not worth you. So if I'm being ignored for something that is obviously helping you out. So
Mm-hmm.
but take that as you will. Maybe, because obviously you've got larger streamers that aren't going to be able to do that or
Yeah.
choose not to, who knows. But yeah, if you're streaming, be appreciative of any little thing that happens because those people are going to say, hey, I saw this really cool person and they were awesome and they talked to me and come on in, let's hang out in there together and we can get a conversation going on. And that's how you continue to build that community.
Yeah. I think it's a big deal because, like, if you have someone to like talk to, it helps so much in general. And again, you want to go out of your way to help support those people. Like, there are times where my internet's acting up and I can't have all my stream opens, but I try to have my friends' streams open. If everything is going well and nothing's like acting up, I'll open new tab on my followings. I'll just open everybody up, type lurk really quick at the channel, and then I mute the tabs, and then that's it. Like, I can't hear you, I'm sorry, but hey, I'll at least show you guys that I care about you, and I do it when I can. And now that my internet's like improved, it'll be a lot nicer. I used to not be able to do it the past couple of weeks, which is rough, but now it's finally can do it again, and it's good. It's nice to be able to help people out like that. Covering some of the don'ts really quick before we run out of time. So again, talking about your channel and other people's streams, don't do it. People don't like it. Don't ask someone for a host. Don't ask someone to do this, like to follow you on this or to do that. Like, streamers don't like it. And it's not just Biff and I saying that. You're gonna piss off a lot of people.
Almost
if you
everybody.
go around you go around and say, hey, I'm about to go stream. Hey, will you follow me? Hey, will you host me? You're gonna make some enemies because it looks desperate and people don't like it. They want to choose who they want to support. This is what happens. Follow for follow, yeah, like for like, that kind of stuff, people don't like it. It's all
And
it is
here's
to
the
it.
thing too, and I know obviously Sarah follows this rule too, and I've got a rule myself, and a lot of streamers that take this seriously kind of have I've got a 10-to-1 rule. So for every 10 followers I get, I can follow one more person. So for every 100 follows I get, I can follow 10 people. You want to keep your numbers asymmetrical. If I ever go into a stream and I see they've got 300 followers and they're following 300 people, I'm not saying that they're not going to be worth my time or that they're not, being creative or anything, but they're probably not putting in as much time as I would personally like to see. Again, do your thing, but this is just what has worked for everybody. So come up with a little rule. Like if I get so X amount of follows, I can follow another person. Or if you find that you're not active in somebody's stream anymore, yeah, they might be, they shouldn't be butthurt about it if you hit unfollow because that happens. I've been unfollowed plenty of times. It's going to happen because people are going to lose interest or whatever. And I would rather actually have them unfollow so I have accurate numbers as opposed to just having massive numbers, have 2, 3, 4,000 followers and only have 3 viewers. What does that look like?
Yeah, so true. I don't like to follow too many people because I do, but at the same time, this is going to go along with the whole thing with networking. Okay. So I want to make sure that I am supporting the people that I care about. Just like, if you're in too many groups for networking and you can't like properly network, I can't open up 100 streams. I can't. But I want to support the people that I care about and I want to build friendships with those people. Now, I don't watch streams in my spare time. I don't really follow that many okay, I follow Sneaky because I have to see his cosplays. Sorry. But I don't follow a bunch of people because I don't watch streams. I follow my friends. I follow people that, I want to make sure that I see when they're streaming. People that are important to me because I want to support them. I'm not going to follow a whole bunch of random, like, pro streamers because I don't personally care that much about watching them. occasionally I want to watch someone, but I'll look it up if I'm in the mood to watch a pro streamer. So like, I don't know, it's just people that I want to make sure that I'm there for.
Right, exactly.
So a couple other don'ts before we're out of time here. Taking someone's advice like it's law. Very true. There is no right or wrong way to do anything. Everything that Biff and I are saying is truly opinionated. You may have a different opinion, and it might not be the way that you have to do something. Like, again, this is why I'm trying to bring in people for suggestions, because everybody has their own outlook on things. Everybody has their own suggestions. I use Stream Elements. He uses Streamlabs. Is he wrong? No. Am I wrong? No. It's just a personal preference. It's what you find that you like, and they both have different things to offer. OBS or Streamlabs OBS. Again, you have more options. Nothing's right or wrong. You know, you decide how you want to do things. Doesn't matter. There's right ways for everything.
Exactly. It's just whatever fits you, you know? I mean, do what you want. I mean, this is just, at the end of the day, this is just a guideline that Sarah and I have both seen success with. And we know that if you stay within those guidelines, that you're going to have success with your channel as well. I mean, and I can attest to that. Like I said, I've only been doing this I've only been affiliated for 6 months. So, I mean, it can happen for anybody. You just have to want to put the work into it and understand what's working and what's not working for you, and then be able to make those changes where they need to happen.
So, engaging trolls is another good one. I personally am working on that myself. I have a very hard time not responding to people with negativity. It's hard, especially when you don't have your chat flowing and you want to engage everybody and you get that one person that comes in. You need to just work on ignoring it, insta banning it, insta timeouting it, that kind of stuff. That's a really huge deal. You don't want to engage in that kind of thing. If it's not what you want in your stream, get rid of it. Make sure your mods know where your line is between what you do and what you don't want in your stream. You don't want them to address it. You just want it to be gone. That's it. You need to know where your line is.
Trust your mods.
But make sure your mods know what it is that you want too. That way you can both be on the same line and you just know what everything is going on. So, and it's hard sometimes, especially when you see the negativity and like, I'm sassy. I am not the kind of person to back down, and someone says something and I am like no, you're not walking away. Hold on, I'm going to chase after you and yell at you kind of person. So it's kind of hard sometimes, but you know, I think if I could give one piece of advice, is to make sure you just ignore that kind of thing. And it's an advice to myself too, because I'm working on it personally. It's hard, you know, because you don't want to let something like that, like, affect your mood for the rest of the day.
Maybe for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes. A couple other things that we get into. Let's see. Asking for money or subscriptions or asking for hosts and raids, we kind of discussed. Yeah, there's all things that you should definitely not do. It looks bad. It's really not a very good thing to do.
I mean, it looks cheap and petty, and it makes you look like you're just there for money, and that's what this should never be about. This should never be about money.
Alrighty, well, I think we are going to hop into our next intermission before we get into our next section, which is going to be all about giveaways. It's going to be super awesome, so please stick around. I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes. All right, thank you guys. Get down to the B side.